everyone, how are you today? I am so excited to be here with you and to share with you my foundation pages that I've done so far. It is the last week before December starts, and so I'm so excited for this weekend. We are having a long weekend ourselves as a family, and so I will not be making any more pages until December starts next week. And so I wanted to just pop in here and share with you where I'm at with my foundation pages. My project has grown quite a lot since the last time I've checked in with you, and I am now in 3 albums because they were getting a bit bulky and I didn't want them to get too stuffed, especially so early in the process. And I have also decided that I'm going to try to do 31 days this year because I just felt so inspired and so motivated to create these foundation pages, and it brought me so much joy to do that during this season. And so I had a lot of material that I wanted to document this year, and so to get it all to fit, I'm going to do 31 days. Now I have foundation pages for pretty much all of these days, so I'm just going to start flipping through to show you where I'm at. This is my cover page for the first album. I would consider doing some cover pages, or whatever page starts the other 2 albums would be, you know, kind of cover pagey. And then I move on to our family page, which has, you know, details of our family and some interactive bits. This was my lesson for product play, so I hope that if you haven't done product play as yet, that you could check it out. I would put a link in the description box for it. And then on the back of that, I have my spread here, which falls in line with my product play lesson. It is a shaker page that I really love. It was inspired by Ali's full page shaker, but I wanted it to fit for my album, and here I'll put in my reason why and whatnot. This is my table of contents, and I am sneaking a bit of a project that I have here. This is my table of contents, which I love, and I did this kind of side tab, which is quite delicate, so if you decide to make one yourself, I would probably back it with a thicker cardstock. It does have a tab, so I created this on Cricut with a tab here. So I wrote the words and I put a rectangle on the end and I merged the two, just so that there is something to stick inside the pages. And so that will make it easier to adhere together, especially if you're doing a backing, so you don't have to back individual letters. So this will be my table of contents, and I'll fill this in as I go along throughout the month. And then here I have a calendar, which I will also fill in next week, probably the last day of November, with just our plans and things, and try to make it a bit more spready. I am sneaking a project here, so I'm just going to remove it quickly, and then I'll come back with the rest of it. Okay, so this I'm thinking will be my page 1. It will have pictures of a visit to Santa. I usually like doing a full page photo with our visit to Santa, mainly because we get those done at a photo studio and they're just really well done. I have some pictures here that I can show you, so let me bring that for you. So this is just an example of one of the photos we did from our Santa photo shoot this year, which I really love. And so I like having that blown up. This is it on a 4x6 size, but I'd love to do it 8x10 because I have this bigger size this year, and it would be, you know, really lovely. So I would have some small tag shaped ones here, as well as just some journaling, and I'll add to this page. This is my foundation page 1. This is a completed page, and it has just some interview questions about us, most loved snacks, best Christmas memory, still merry and bright. And so I really loved putting this grid page together. I thought it was so fun. I didn't do a whole lot of grids last year, I think, and so I'm really embracing doing a couple grids this year. For this one, I would show as well what gifts I'm buying for our family this season, just little pics and little words of what everyone's been asking for. And then for this one, I'm going to just add in 4 things that I want to remember. I will use the back of this, or probably add a few more tags as journaling spots, and put pictures as well on the back. And so when this is complete, it would be in the form of this one first, and then this one with a little, I loved adding this rubber tag to it, and then I'll put a picture to front face this one and some words, and then but all of them would have pictures and words of 4 things I want to remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. And for number 5, I'm going to put in just 5 gifts so this season, things that I really you know, appreciative of. One thing is that my husband's on paternity leave for a few months, and a few months into next year as well, and so it's been really great having him around full time, and you know, it's just been really lovely for our family to have this time together. And then for this one, it is Enchanted Garden. So I'm going to do just an interactive spread of us. It's a light show from our city, and this will be our 2nd year going, so that would definitely be a family tradition for as long as we're here. These are some star papers that I put together, and we do have a December daily hop coming up, so I just put these aside because I'm gonna create day 7 for that hop, and I just wanted to put all my star things in one place, particularly the papers. And so this is number 8, and this was a lesson from product play as well, from Ali's lesson, and so this was my pink take on it, because I had pink chipboard circles from that scrapbook kit left. I also have blue, which I think would be gorgeous, and I'm really fighting the urge to put blue. I think I may do it though. I might put the blue on this side and have a blue type, you know, so like a pink versus blue, or I don't know what I could do for what story I'll tell for this. I just thought it was such a cool page, I wanted to make it, so I could probably do, I think I'll work on that. But for number 9, I'm doing recipes, and so these are just some files of various widths, and I'm gonna make like an old recipe folder. I put different tabs. This was inspired by playing with paper class I was earlier this year with Pam Baldwin, and she said this idea was from Shannon Noel from a long time ago. So lots of inspiration in the community, and I really enjoyed, you know, making these tabs. I went into Cricut and I created some tabbed pages at different widths and having the tabs along. They also have different size tabs, some are longer, some are shorter, so just to kind of create this tabbed effect. And then for 10, I have actually this is 11. 10 will be another hop that is upcoming for the Ali Edwards ambassadors in December, so look out for that. It will be fun, so I left space for that in my album. And then I have this cutout which came with this set, and I recently on an Instagram reel I showed how I made this one. So I took the digital version of this and I painted it because I was really curious to know, like so curious. I was dreaming it. I was hoping somebody did it on Instagram, but when nobody did, I was like, okay, let me do some mixed media, have some fun tonight. Well, that was a couple nights ago, probably 2 nights ago, and I just pulled it all out, stencils, paint, all sorts of things. It can be seen better when there is a background, so let me just pull out something to show you what it looks like. Okay, so this, I just pulled a pink piece of felt that I had here in my room, and this is a red glitter felt that I had there. So this is what it looks like with just different colored backings. And this will be the end. 10 may be the end of this album, but one of these will be the end. And so this is what I'm using to tell story 11, because we have just a party and I want to document in this one. So this is the end of album number 1. Now, seeing that I am going to be doing 31 days, I figured 10 stories per album would be just about the average. I am pleased that I will be using my stash, because I did have a few 10 by 8 albums, because last year was the first year that 10 by 8 came out, and it was a brand new size. I was, you know, really wanting to do a 6 by 8, but I wasn't sure, which is, so I did have these 10 by 8 albums just in case I decided to do it. One I am using to tell a story of our baby's first Christmas, and so I had this one left, so I'm happy that I'm able to use it and use my stash. That was one thing, I didn't want to have too many of them just lying around. So let's move on to album number 2. So album number 2 is a beautiful album. I started this off with the tree pages, and so I love Christmas trees. I usually do a few trees, and this was inspired from one of the product play lessons as well, from Kim Hurst, and I think she did a small window around a tree and whatnot. But our main tree is usually, you know, the back is our French doors, which is about this. I actually counted the number of window panes on the doors, and I made a cut file to represent that. And so then I didn't like just the picture peeping through alone. And I wanted this snow confetti. I mean, we don't have snow here, but I love watching snow on pages, and I love white pages, so I had to do it. And I made some vellum circles, which I think look a bit more snowy. My fake snow has not arrived yet. I actually sent an email today about that, but it is on its way, so I could add it in soon. And I added these felt. Oh, this is so gorgeous. I feel like I need more of these. There's some unsung heroes in this year's collection, and I feel like these are some of them. And so yeah, this is my little snow. They're all stuck here. If you guys, one of the things I like to do for shaker pages now is I like to actually stick my confetti and my snow and stuff exactly where I want it to be. So you may have seen a small bit of that in my day in their life video. I did that for each day. I stuck the confetti and the sequins exactly where I wanted it to be onto a piece of acetate, which I then stick into the page protectors, because this way it spreads evenly and it stays there, versus when it's a shaker like this, it just kind of bulks up here, and that really annoys me. So just a hack if you're wanting to have evenly spaced sequins. And so that I did some cool bokeh, a cool tone bokeh. I used the warm toned one from this year's collection and changed the colors. And then I have his picture here in the back with him, so he's peeking through the windows. And then I have this lovely bulky lit spread, so his lights are here, and you can see some peeking through here as well. And so that's this spread. So that's a complete spread. But then I have some that are just foundations, which you would have been seeing. I want to use this, but I'm not sure exactly for what, but I'm putting it in here because I feel like merry and bright, the pun on bright and light, so I feel like it may go in with this section. So we'll see how we go, but I'll definitely be using it. So these are around the tree ornaments is what I started with. So I pulled out some of these ornaments that I really love, and I love that Ali did a traveler's notebook with her childhood ornaments that she'll put in front of her album this year. But I wanted to use this die cut because I have it. And I put these little bows from Felicity Jane, and I just thought that it was just such a clean, simple page. I put a puffy heart here to match these, a puffy star, sorry. And I didn't notice this from the website listing, but when I got it, I see that they are my favorite little, you know, stars. I can show you. You know, there's the red album with these stars. I just love them. They're so cute and whimsical. I made gold, a white cardstock with gold foil yesterday with the pattern, so that's how much I like them. And then you will see them here again with the green foil and this tree. I'm gonna do some other things to this page. I think as I get ideas I'll add to it. But so I started off with this gold mylar cutout, and then I did this vellum add-in for some bits, and I made a pom-pom, which is this pom-pom. Because I was just thinking about some things to add to this page to make it pop, and I actually kind of like the pom-pom from this view where I'm sitting. So we'll see how this page turns out in the end. These are some of the pages that I'm not completely complete with, not completely complete, but I'm not finished with. But I also have this as a, you know, negative to the others. So, and I love this as well, so we'll see. It can easily come off, but we'll see how we go. And then this idea was a geometrical type tree using some tree shapes. I love tree and triangular shapes, and so doing this kind of pop-up kind of booklet. It was actually inspired by a pop-up spread that I wanted to do with a few more trees, but I wanted to do it on a smaller scale. But then when I saw this die cut and I wanted to use it, I decided to put in for the number of trees, the number of main trees that we have, and journal about it. So we'll see how this goes. I may have to add in an extra one in the end, because I'm realizing that maybe I can do these trees as a full page. Maybe I was gonna do it on half the page and journal on this half, but just depends on how the pictures fit. I'll adjust it to suit. And then for this one I created a traveler's notebook, and I also wound up this, which I probably could have left, but I may take these off since I don't really need them. But the traveler's notebook, okay, good. The traveler's notebook, can I just stop to show you how bright the bokeh looks when it's backed with white? So you could probably barely see it when it isn't backed, but when it's backed, because I was going to put a dark green backing for that booklet, but then when I checked it against the white, I realized how beautiful you could actually see the pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back here with probably one of these, so that you won't see these black things. And then I am going to, yeah, leave that there so you can see the book and probably add a few more things. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I pop this in here just so that I remember. And let me pop back in my pom-pom. And so for this one I made a TN, which is childhood stories, and I simply pulled out some photos from an album that my mom brought. She was recently here with us and she brought up one of our old albums, and I simply stuck these pages together. I literally stuck these pages together with some papers from Sahin Designs. This was her traveler's notebook kit, and there was papers, ephemera, all sorts of things. So I stuck some of my favorite December pictures in here, and I just used, this was a template from was it Stories of the Past, or was it the Childhood Ornaments product play lesson, one of those, but I stuck them in here, and I thought it was just a nice simple spread. Now my traveler's notebook needs to be restocked, but I just wanted to show you what it looks like. This was my 6th birthday or my 5th birthday maybe. and this, my brother was born like a couple months, not a couple, just about a month and a half before this birthday. So this is what it looks like, and I'm gonna have to, I probably might put a thread, maybe like a gold twine, to just to get it to stay together. I may have stuck the papers too close to the spine, so it's not holding up very well. But this is my day 14. I'm just gonna add a number and that's done. And so the spreads that I have, where, you know, they're pretty much done, I'm gonna use those days to work on, well, to add numbers first of all and call it done. This is a very tight fit, and I know this, and I want to just put it aside, but then I also know that after this video I wouldn't have a whole lot of time to put everything back together, and I want to leave my craft room clean. So yes, here we are. I'm just gonna put this back in. And so yes, I'm going to use those days to work on the upcoming, you know, if there's any crafty things that I want to add to upcoming spreads that aren't complete, so that I'll still have some time during December to play catch up and get those spreads done that require a bit more work. So this is it. I'm also going to change this ribbon, but I wanted a thick tall ribbon for the effect that I had in mind. So that's that for now. Then the 15th is my birthday, and so I want to use all these hearts, and I figured it might be a nice day to use it since I don't have a spread for that day yet. I usually do something crafty in the moment for my birthday, and I typically leave this spread to do actually like either the day before or on the day of my birthday itself, depending on what we have going on. But I thought this would be nice to use, so I'm putting it in here as a reminder, and I'm going to back it on this, which is from Prima Candy Cane Lane. I love this. Love 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 this acetate. It's a really thick acetate. It's not real, it's a kind of plastic acetate. You can see when you look at it that it has two layers, a clear layer on top and a frosting behind, so it's really thick and lovely. It's sturdy to build pages on. Then I have this here because I created this spread on the back of this page, and I figured the gifts might be nice to talk about my birthday as well. It's such a beautiful page, and so I'm not sure how I'm going to fit this in, but I will think of something. And so this is what I did with the full page stamping. I hate to hide the stamping after I've taken so long to stamp a full page, so that's why I just added this in as opposed to sticking it onto the page itself. And this will be a pull out, which it pulls out like this, and then I'll add photos and journaling from that day. So let me be gentle again, putting it back in. I really like how this came out. It's so dainty and I like it. So and that's why I got this heel high heel paper clip to keep it all together, because it was you know, it was puffing up a bit when I first folded it, so I wanted to keep that down. And I have this little cluster of hearts. So then these here are also some loose pages where I know I want to use this. We have some stuff, concerts and things coming up in these days. This is a little booklet that I made. I could show you, but it has there are a few cutout photo pages in here, different shapes. I'm just gonna put some pictures from this particular day. This is just as an example. It's nothing to do with the day. It's just a little folder. I wanted to use my tree charms desperately. So here we are, and I've had the night, we have, you know, because there's night lights and carols in the dark and all those things happening, so I just put these here to remind me that these are what I want to use to document those days. And this is where my fa la 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 things come in. There'll be lots of singing and lots of fa la la la. This die cut is from Felicity Jane last year. You could also make it yourself, and this was an idea from one of the product play lessons. So I'm gonna put some little pictures and journaling from these events in here and here. So that would get me up to day 18, I believe. So the pages, I think because of this traveler's notebook, the pages, and of course my first spread with my lights, this one is a bit chunky, so I started the day 19 one here, but I'll probably just move it across once I'm done. And as you can see, this is ready to leave the party, but hopefully it stays. So we have this here as volume 2, and now I'm going to open up volume 3. And so for volume 3, I have the cards in here, as I keep pushing the cards back based on what stories we had to tell and what events we had on, because this is not a day specific story, so this could go anywhere in the album. And for the back of this, I want to use the Simple Joys of December page, because it will be coming down closer to that week of Christmas where things are pretty quiet that week, and you know, you kind of just settle in with family, and my husband's parents are coming, and I want to do the thankful page for one of these days. I thought this was a nice print to go in with these from last year, so probably do some, you know, journaling pictures and add those in, or pictures here, and put some of the thankful tags like that product for the lesson. Still figuring it out, but yeah, these are some of the pages that I want to use for this day. This was 22, and this might be 23 journaling and pictures on this side. I'm gonna do something really fun here, and I can't wait to share it with you. So look out for that on the 23rd or the 24th. Oh, that'll be so close to Christmas, so whenever you have time. And these are my pages for the 24th. I'm gonna build some things here, and then I put these together for the 25th because I'm not completely sure what I'm doing yet for Christmas Day, but I just wanted to pull some of the red things out that says have yourself a merry little Christmas, we wish you a merry Christmas, because you know, yeah, I want to use them on those days. And I need to use one of these grids because that's why I bought that kit. And I love that this has the little in magic in gold. And then I just pulled together these things that I want to use. And so this will be the 25th. I have a story that I want to tell on the 26th, and I've been needing or wanting to tell that story since last year or maybe the year before. So now that I am going to the 31st, I have left that space here for the story. So this will be now the 27th, which is the this or that tags that we got from Prep Day with Ali Edwards. And then 28th maybe I'll just put my red cup photos in. I feel like these are just nice ways to round off the season. They're not particularly serious stories, but just some fun stories to recap things that we did during the month of December. I want to use these felt circles, not sure how yet, so I have them in. Something I want to use these titles, so I have them in Merry Fa La 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 jingle. So you'll see how those go. All these are loose. I want to do, all right, that's why. So what I want to do is just some kind of interview recaps using these cards, and using the titles of the cards as prompts. So I'm just kind of recapping this season around the tree, merry and bright magical moments, and kind of pairing them with photos and some journaling. Traditions we love, gather together, peace and joy on earth. So just a picture that was captured by each of these that represent these titles during the month. So this is why I start doing the recaps, because we were speaking in one of the podcasts with Kirsten Tweesdale, and but Rue Kirsten on Instagram, and we were talking about recaps for the year. She was chatting about loving to do her Spotify recap, and we were talking about holiday playlists, and then I was thinking that there really isn't a place where we recap the year in any of our projects, and I thought these last few pages were good days to do that. So this will be probably the 30th, and I want to use this page to just do a letter to December, thanking December for all that it brought, and also a year in review at the end. So that's probably more than 31 pages by now. And also I was thinking a daily gratitude could go at the end after the 25th, but maybe I'll keep it on the 22nd. So that's where I'm at, guys. This is my little bundles, my little albums of joy, and I look forward to working through them during the month of December. I feel confident because I have a good foundation. I know that everybody works through their albums differently and at different paces, different times of year, and I'm so happy that everyone does it in a way that brings them the most joy. And I just want to take this time for everyone who's celebrating Thanksgiving this weekend, have a lovely weekend. And for everyone who is going into December, I just want to wish you happy upcoming December, and I hope to connect with you during the month to see your spreads or whatever you're wanting to share. I just wish you all the very best for this season, and I simply can't wait for it all. So thanks so much for joining me here for this video, and I do hope to hear from you during the month. Please love and subscribe to my channel, and comment below with any questions you may have. Have a good day, guys. Bye.